So Disney Plus has launched. Now, one of the questions that I want to kind of go through with this one is it worth it? Is it worth the money that you're going to be paid for it? Is it better than things like Netflix or Hulu? And, that's even part of it. And YouTube TV, iSynchros, all that good stuff. So I'll kind of open up the floor. Dad, are you able to see anything that I have up live by any chance?
I'm not.
Okay, cool. So with that being said, Disney Plus, some of the big things, price point. We have $7 a month. We have $12.99 for the full-blown thing. Do you know the differences between some of those?
What I got there's a special deal that came out not too long ago that actually gives you 30% off or 30% off if you buy 3 years in advance. So that's what I did, and that is the full deal. So it gives you all the connection. The one thing I do know is that Disney Plus is going to bundle with Hulu as well. So they're going to offer a bundle deal. So there's a few options that they're coming out with that also include some ESPN Plus as well. So we're going to get all kinds of content and all sorts of options together with the Disney products. So that's going to be pretty exciting. We'll see how that works.
Yes. And one of the popular questions that's going around is actually, is it worth it? And with, you get, like you said, the ESPN, you get, I'm literally looking at this right now as well, but you get all the Disney titles, you get all the Hulu and stuff like that for the more expensive one, but Netflix 4K is $16 a month. So not only do you get all of that stuff 4K, but you also get it, for all of those services 4K, not just one of those services. So to me, that would say that it's definitely worth it in that regard. Let's see, what else do we have? The release date, November 12th. Now, I believe November 12th in the US and Canada, November 19th in Australia and New Zealand. They're going to have a whole bunch of Marvel specials. They're going to have a whole bunch of Star Wars specials as well, which I actually didn't know that they had Star Wars specials going on with it. I just knew about the Marvel ones, like the Loki show. They have the Wanda and Vision, the WandaVision, I think it was, stuff like that. And then they're going to be pulling, as those agreements end, off of Netflix and putting everything onto actually this service here. So my question to you, is it worth it over a Netflix or like a YouTube TV? Would you rather have this if you had to choose?
Well, that's a tough one. I think YouTube TV gives you, a lot of the live content from the major networks. So that's a must-have. Netflix versus Disney Plus. I think Disney Plus is really going after that Netflix market, and Hulu is trying to get after that YouTube TV market. So, if you're getting a bundled package like that, it might be pretty good. I think the content on Disney Plus speaks volumes, right? They're going to be pulling a lot of Disney content off of other providers, and you're going to get all the old vault stuff. So if you've got kids, Disney Plus is going to be really a great service because you're going to be able to see all those old movies that you can no longer buy off the shelf. And that'll be streamable. So that's, it really kind of depends on your personal preference. But for me, when I saw Disney Plus and the content that it was coming out with Star Wars, Marvel, Pixar, all that stuff, it was a no-brainer. We had to have it.
Yeah. Well, and one thing I actually didn't know as well is they're coming with, not only is it 4K Ultra HD, but it's Dolby Vision, HDR10, and Dolby Atmos immersive audio. I didn't know that either. So that actually, that's a big deal. Those are going to be some high quality audio options on top of the high quality video. So that's very nice.
I agree. And, it's kind of interesting too. There's a little bit of a streaming war developing, right, between Amazon Prime Video, Netflix, and Disney Plus, right? Those three competitors are sort of are going after each other, and Google, right? All four of them. So, Amazon just recently, with the incoming Disney Plus, Amazon just recently let YouTube content back onto their Fire platforms with YouTube TV and YouTube, streaming. So those were just allowed back in. Chromecast was just allowed to have Prime Video back in. So we're seeing these companies start to work together, but there's still a few out there that are not quite ready for Disney Plus yet. And so we'll see how long it takes until they're on all the platforms.
Yeah, absolutely. And I actually, I'm just scrolling through this article, seeing more stuff, and I forgot they actually include the National Geographic as well, and all Pixar stuff, which is a pretty big deal. Like those are just things I didn't think. Also, integrated programming from Fox. 30 seasons of The Simpsons will be on Disney Plus starting on day one. That one is not a little bit later. Some of the stuff will be later. And more titles like The Sound of Music, The Princess Bride, Malcolm in the Middle, all that good stuff. But that's going to be within the first year, some of those things. Let's see. Remaining Fox Pass franchises. So they're pulling it. That's actually pretty cool. And as they get onto more of those platforms, like you were saying, that's going to be very, very nice overall. The Star Wars prequel based Rogue One they're actually, all that stuff will be on there. Let's see, the first wave with the Winter Soldier. They're going to have Sebastian Stan and Anthony Mackie in their own TV show, and then the Loki featuring Tom Hiddleston. I already called the WandaVision one. And the Hawkeye series. That's the other one I forgot. So I was just reading through those and thought I would make sure to mention those at some point throughout this particular one.
But having seen Star Wars, and this is going to age me a little bit, having seen Star Wars, the original movie in theaters when I was a kid, Mandalorian's one that's kind of exciting to me because I remember watching Boba Fett back in the early days. So it was kind of fun to see that this was going to come out and give a little bit of backstory on those bounty hunters. So that's good stuff. Yeah,
that's gonna be pretty cool. I mean, even like Jango Fett, that shows. I mean, that's where I grew up with Jango Fett, so that'll be really cool to see even the prequel to him and how that right. Stuff kind of came about. And I think in Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, actually, a lot of that stuff was a big deal back then. So that's pretty good. And I just saw our YouTube stream pop up on as a notification, so maybe it'll start coming through a little bit now too. We have some people now. Deck Bones actually commented, he says, I didn't realize, but Disney's actually trying to immobilize the market in terms of movies, just like YouTube with its TV shows. I wouldn't be surprised if they did some sort of merger. I wouldn't be surprised if they did some sort of collaboration for sure. I don't know about a merger though. Disney and Google. That would be an interesting thing. However, we're going to move on to the next subject up, and if you guys can see the tabs, you can actually see ahead and start looking up some of the stuff if you'd like as well. The Galaxy Fold.